It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports. Yo, what's up, everybody? World Combat Sports back on deck for a little bit. It's been a minute, a long minute at that. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not in the best of health right now. Stepping through this COVID. You know how we do though. You know how the Marines. We're gonna get over one way or the other. But I appreciate everyone for pulling up. All the blessings and support for those who has been checking in with me. It's all good. I appreciate you. Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More. What's good, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Andrew, what's good? WCS salute, bro. Good to hear from you. Appreciate you, man. If it ain't Coke or alcohol, let me see. If it ain't Coke or alcohol, I guess it's COVID. You ain't never lied on that, shouty, for real. Hey, let's kick this off though. You know what I'm saying? This is like my first live in weeks. You feel me? We still, pushing forward, man. Every day is a process. She probably looking at it, brother done lost mad weight, but I'm still kicking. I'm still thankful. But let's get right down to, a lot of fuckery that's been going on with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? What did Team Wilder say? What did Team Wilder say? He felt that it was a time that Tyson Fury may indeed want to cheat. You know what I'm saying? He just felt that they was going to try to derive some type of master plan once again, heading into July 24th. And that's really not even nothing less than what we're seeing right now. It doesn't even look, it stumps all over everything. Like the Bible has already been burning for quite some time anyway. Forget all the rosaries. Them motherfuckers has been disintegrated. It's nothing dealing with religion that has to do with this. This is truth and nothing short of that. Word has broken that supposedly a team member in Tyson Fury camp has somehow contracted what I'm battling. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is my shit has been official. That's what they say it is. But for Tyson Fury, we all know it's a way out, y'all. It's a way out for the dirtiest fighter in the sport They try to come up with something and to derail such an epic fight that's supposed to go down on July 24th. For him to come up here, and once again, we have another boxer claiming COVID. You know, to say it was Teofimo Lopez, but he goes on vacation, and come to find out, the only thing that had COVID was the ticket sales. Now, Tyson Fury, he totally understands the ramifications. He understands that the scrutiny is, which is being placed upon him heading into this next fight, is absolutely tremendous. It's tremendous, y'all. I don't give a fuck how much pressure. I don't care how much pressure he's feeling. If he feels that COVID is where he needs to go, guess what? Team Wilder is going to make sure that they have COVID. From my understanding, man, I was told that they sent people over there to officially verify if anyone in Tyson Fury's camp has COVID. They're not going to let that shit just pass, man. What they say in Menace to Society, no, nigga, I ain't going to let that shit pass. You sounding like a real bitch right now, nigga. I ain't going to let that shit pass. They're going to send some a unit over there, a group, doctors, to see if anybody on this team has COVID. If that is indeed the case, then the test should come up positive then. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? The test should come up positive, and there should be some validation to this bullshit. But as I was sitting over here, right? I was sitting back and I was like, I'm just waiting, man. Time is ticking. I know he got some shit popping. I really didn't want to jump on here and talk about too much anything else because I just didn't feel up to it. Then all of a motherfucking sudden, news has broke. News has motherfucking broke. And shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to everyone who's fucking with the channel. I appreciate you. News has broke that Tyson decided to say, you know what? I don't have any other recourse, bro. I don't have shit else to do except blame it on COVID. Don't nobody truly know who COVID is. So what better person to blame? Oh, man, yeah, I got COVID. Because right here, right now, we're still trying to understand the source of COVID. No one can really put a finger on the source. And then to say that you're all of a sudden testing positive. So what does that say when a positive test happens, especially on the scope of this fight right here? If a team member of Tyson's tests positive, most of the time they shut down everything and it prohibits Tyson Fury and the rest of his team from competing in this fight. You know why? A competing period. You know why? Because it is the potential of them infecting someone else. It's so their order as protocol, y'all, that they have COVID, so they don't want to really mess up anything else. So, if the main event is scratched, the whole card is scratched, so they can keep on deriving and stirring up this motherfucking, hot pot of bullshit. They keep stirring that mug up. So hopefully they can roll back in here in September. Supposedly, if this fight get canceled, they'll come back around September. Stormy B man in the building, man. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. Y'all definitely go check out Stormy B, man. Credible depth of knowledge, man. Go check him out. This shit has to stop. Absolutely, bro. They up here lying and shit all the fucking time. Motherfuckers over here in the U.S. busy supporting this man. Look, amicably, just so soft and genuine. I gotta support some Tyson Fury. This nigga's is a certified, official, validated cheater. Now he's doing it again. This is the only person he can blame it on because that person has no identity, and that is COVID. Let me just blame that shit on COVID and let me fuck up everything else until we, try to get shit settled down for this fight. Hey, the pressure must be astronomical for Tyson Fury, knowing that people looking at him, they're scrutinizing his every step heading into this fight. Why you haven't been vaccinated? Team Wilder been vaccinated, bro. Why aren't you vaccinated, bro? Why aren't you and your entire team vaccinated, fully vaccinated? Because last time I checked, Team Wilder was. His entire team vaccinated. So, look, this shouldn't matter. If someone near your team caught that shit, you should be fully vaccinated along with everybody else. It shouldn't even be an issue. What's going on, Mark? How you feeling, man? Done Shouter 24, salute, man. Salute to you. Stormy saying, if he's training at that major facility, they putting tons of people at risk. Yeah, man, he's up here training in Vegas, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's training in Vegas. And that's the whole point when it comes down to it. I knew he was going to come with some bullshit. And I was up here doing process of elimination. I say, listen, it's only so much that can come out of this. And in order for something to stick, it has to do with COVID. Because no one really truly knows where it comes from or if someone truly has it. It's so many people faking the call out and they're running with it. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo, if you truly had COVID, then therefore you won't be on vacation with your girl. Same with Tyson Fury. Your people leading up to this fight already should have already been fully vaccinated. That's why I'm calling bullshit on this, man. Those of you that's asking, am I feeling any better? To be honest, not really. But even in the funk of it, you still have to get in here and talk to the people. You still have to push forward when you get the energy. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like, let me throw on my Bomb Squad freaking hoodie. It's getting close to fight week coming up on the 24th. And let me talk some shit about the ultimate cheater himself, Tyson Fury. That was my main concern for jumping on here. So check this out, though. Salute to everyone that's back in the building, man. Hit the like button. Come on, man. Show some love. Hit the like button and everything. This is a brief snippet from the article. It said WBC World Heavyweight Champion Fury, 32, has been trained in Las Vegas to prepare for the eagerly awaited bout at the T-Mobile Center. A confirmed COVID-19 case within his team has led to some reports the date of the encounter may change. But after consulting medical experts, organizers are planning as before. We continue to monitor the health status of Tyson and his team, and his status of the event has not changed to date, said promoters top rank. When I talked to that nigga, right, when he was out there in LA, they say they had been partying down in Miami and having a good old time, right? There was no apprehension that his team may potentially catch COVID. He still had the Deontay Wilder fight coming up now. Like, listen, this is the bullshit of it all. The fuckery. It's the fact that you're party down in Miami and you're telling me this after you and Deontay Wilder's first press conference of this fight presser. You didn't show like you were scared. You was down there having a good old time. acting a fool on stage, bullshitting the public and all that. So when I asked him, about going underground and all this other shit, he just felt that leaving social media, he didn't feel like anything else was important, like staying COVID free. It really wasn't a concern. You know what I'm saying? He didn't act like it was something that was concerning him, down there partying and everything. You got the biggest fight coming up. So if you're in Vegas, right? Why aren't you policing your team, bro? Why the fuck aren't you policing your team? Because one thing one thing I've realized during this time, the hiatus with Wilder being out the ring, is that he's continuing to prove that he got his shit in order. He continue to convince those naysayers and let his fans know he got his shit in order. And this is what I mean. His team is fully vaccinated. His entire circle is fully vaccinated. First and foremost, fully vaccinated. On top of, getting that shit, the arbitration out the way, making that official. All that's been taken care of, checking the box on that. He's been in the gym. He has training camps. He's looking in incredible shape. He's taking his whole thing serious. No games. Just straight up 100% focus. Him and Malik Scott and the team, JD's, Coach Cuz, all them cats are out there grinding and in tremendous shape, and knowing that they have a couple of weeks coming up to the July 24th. So what does that mean? What does all this mean? Once again, Deontay Wilder's doing everything he's supposed to do the right way. The right way. This is one of the biggest fights of his career heading into this ring, and he's still treating it like he did his fights before, but he's turned it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? And I like what I'm saying, man. I got to salute, the champ for going in here once again and marching on this battlefield outside the ropes. Outside the ropes. His unit has been in line, in step, and on par to mission accomplishment. Mission accomplishment is July 24th. They did everything they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? As we say in the military and the Marine Corps, we call it uniformity. We call that shit uniformity. When we get ready to march somewhere and just say your platoon, when you want to put them in platoon formation, you give them the command, fall in. And that's what we're saying right now. Motherfuckers are look, they have fell in. They marching towards the motherfucking battle lines. They're in step. They're in unison. The cohesiveness is there. The camaraderie. Everything is where it's supposed to. And then you look at Tyson Fury. He's the second piece. Team Wilder don't have too much control over that second piece over there. Motherfucking Fury, I don't know who is organizing that train wreck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the fuck organizing that shit over there. But I knew it was gonna be some fuckery, man. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned to this bullshit. We're outside of. We're coming up in about a smooth 2 weeks. We're coming up on a smooth 2 weeks. Yes, sir. Just wait. There's gonna be some other shit, man. If it ain't gonna be an injury, it's gonna be something. He might overdose in between that time. You know what I'm saying? He might have an overdose. You never know what's gonna happen with this dude. Man, hit the like button. If you're in the building, hit the like button. What's good? Blue in the building, salute to you. Fury spooked. Man, no, I'm not saying Fury spooked. I want him to feel a bit more overwhelmed than that. You know what I'm saying? I want him to have that feeling where, he's trying to catch his breath a little bit, but he just don't know what's driving all the anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I want him to have a shortness of breath when he hasn't even answered the bell yet. You know what I'm saying? That mental anxiety. That's what cheaters do. They always constantly thinking of shit. Oh man, what? Want to have that circulating anxiety and shit he got to constantly think about. And he find himself like his heart rate is up, his pulse is different. Let that motherfucker sit in that bitch, man. Let him stew. This motherfucker's a cheater, dog. Blue said, let the haters hate, always win. This is highly disappointing. This is highly disappointing news. I'm still digesting it. The cheating of Wilder continues. For sure, man. For sure. For sure. Valentine, what's good? All the shit I've been reading about Wilder, though, it ain't nothing changed, you know. They still gonna say what they're gonna say. The same remediated, broken violin strings that we've heard over and over again about Deontay Wilder. You know, and really, I don't think they really paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? We had the Chris Colbert shit take place, and then you know, that shit fizzled down just a little bit, but it's still out there. But the overall halo to this fight, it's gonna come with a lot of criticism, as we all know it, because that's what he brings, though. And let's be clear, the reason why Deontay Wilder is receiving all this lack of support that's flickering over there, the Fury, a cheater, you know, a drug cheat, pet user, and all that, all from race. Because, you know, Deontay Wilder's made it perfectly clear that he understands it's racism in boxing, and it's understand that it's racism towards him, and people also understand him standing up for his people. So when you look at it that way, who's really the racist? Because you have the outside collective that's saying, oh, you know, Deontay Wilder wanna add race into it. How dare he? How dare he add race into this, right? Then I look at my own people, though. My own people say, oh man, he's just making excuses and bringing race into it when he got his ass beat. I'm not gonna lie, mostly my people, I've heard my people say that shit, like, he just got his ass beat. Look, being black from day one, it's certain language that we use. We guilty of that. And that language right there, I've heard so many times. Oh, you just got his ass beat. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And some of you other channels is out here. Why even play stupid? Like, the one thing about YouTube with individuals that's out here talking shit about Wilder too, you know, you pull up on them, right? And you might drop a comment and you say, well, I still see you over here being a Wilder hater. And then they want to ask you a dumbass question like, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. And you just leave it alone, because these motherfuckers out here spreading rhetoric. They love that shit. But the one thing they will not talk about is when it came to race, because Deontay Wilder is always sticking up for himself, family, his people. And he totally understands that the arrows are dripping wet with that racism when they come his way. Motherfuckers, you know, you remember watching 300? You remember 300? When they said, today we fight. Some to the fact of take from them everything but give them nothing. And I remember when them arrows, they said that the sky would darken from their arrows, and they shot them arrows, all those arrows at the same time, and all you saw is the sky, you know, shade. And then I guess Leonidas said some shit like, I guess today we fight in the shade, and all them arrows start coming down. You just have to look at it in that perspective. Like, it's always going to be a cascade of arrows coming Deontay Wilder's way, even after this fight. But see, he coming here, he get his belt back. It's going to shake up and put boxing on his head. That's why those individuals that's behind the scene that's trying to sabotage this also, they understand both sides of the scale when it comes to this decision right here. They thought they ran away free and clear February 22nd last year. They thought that shit was cool. It didn't work out that way. He had his shit in order. His heart right here, his fortitude, and he stayed in the fight outside that motherfucker and won the arbitration. L-Dub in the building. Salute, man. What's good with you? I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm going to say I'm back consistently, but I'm trying, man. Shout out to Team Bomb Squad, man. You know what it is. You know what it is all day. So do you think the fight will happen this month or no? The fight has not been canceled yet. Let's be clear. The fight has not been canceled. You know what I'm saying? The fight hasn't been canceled. So to answer your question, I mean, right now it's still actively, still scheduled for the 24th. But this news of Tyson Fury, somebody on his team and all this other bullshit, it's just typical. Motherfucking cheaters, they always thinking of plans. But the one thing about Fury, he's pretty much exhausted. The one thing he can do is just quit. Like, don't even show up to the fight. Retire, get off the belt like you did the first time you were suspended and be done with it. But in order for them to try to come up with some plan to prolong it, I mean, it's been enough time for both fighters. They had ample amount of time out the ring. Over a year and a half. So time is not an issue. So when it comes down to him coming up with another obstacle to delay this fight to September, it only hinders him because Tyson Fury can't. That means he'll be out the ring just as long. And we all know what happens when Tyson Fury is out of the ring. He's only one snort away from a full-blown motherfucking crackhead again. He's only one sneeze away from not being invited to the cocaine party anymore. They need to get his ass in the ring because he's going to start fucking shit up. He said, damn, y'all want me to stay dry. Again, I've been in fight camp. I've been, doing this. Y'all want me to continue to stay dry again in September? Fuck. Jared in the building. What's good? How y'all feeling, bro? Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button. Let's turn this shit up a little bit, man. Hit the like button. I'm not going in as much as I want to because I just don't have the energy for it. But I'm gonna get warmed up. This is highly disappointing news. I'm still digesting it. Yeah, read that. Michael says, salute from Brooklyn. I appreciate you, Michael, for pulling up. Real talk. Shout out to Mike. Harry, what's good with you? Salute at World Combat Sports. My first time ever catching your live stream. Continue bringing us great content, brother. I appreciate you there, Harry. Thanks to everyone who's pulling up, man. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I want to give a special shout out to some voices out there, and your support. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to Drew Titan. I appreciate, the love that you've been sending, man, and support. I want to give a shout out to Drew Titan, Everything Boxing and Sports, man, and Money Brown TV. Appreciate your brothers. I mean, real talk. Appreciate you brothers putting the word out there, man. And also, sending that olive branch out to the audience, man, to subscribe to the channel. It's real talk, man. Like them two brothers, like Everything Boxing and Money Brown, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about nothing. They start really rocking with the channel, man. I didn't tell them to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been out here just like they've been out here, but I appreciate it. Also, Drew Titan, man, I didn't tell him to do it, but he did it on his own goodwill. To that has the highest value, period. So I appreciate and salute, Drew, for, man, looking out. Real talk. I appreciate you. All the new faces I see over here and everything. Yes, sir. And not to mention the cats I met down in ATL, man. Supreme Beast Boxing. I got to meet Junior the Truth for the first time, man. Dude's on a whole nother level, with his content and stuff like that. Y'all be sure to check all those channels out. Drew Titan, Junior the Truth, everything boxing and sports, man. Money Brown TV, man. Check out 78 Sports TV. All those brothers, Blue Blood, all them cats over there, putting this content out there. I appreciate it. I want to give a special thanks out to Michael, man, for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank you. Fury pulling Garcia Lopez, sudden COVID syndrome. Bet in September, Fury claims mental illness because he did not get the AJ fight. See, you got too many geniuses in the motherfucking live chat. See, my mind wasn't even on the mental shit, because he's been on record as saying what? He don't have a mental illness. Right? Right? He's been on record. Right, Michael? He's been on record as saying, hey, I don't have a mental illness. You know what I'm saying? But what you just said made sense. All of a sudden, it's going to come back into the light, and they're going to start talking what? Oh, shit, man, this whole entire delayed process is going to be fucking with me. I'm having a nervous breakdowns around my family at home. My training is not where it's supposed to be. I just need you, the public, to help me out. Please, just donate to the Snow White Foundation. You know what I'm saying? Just donate to the Snow White Foundation. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get one snort, to my nostril each and every day, just to keep me in a sane sense of direction. Help out this nostril. Donate to the Nostril Foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Crackheads gotta live too. DJ, I'm not sure who you are. You got ATL. If you're down here in the ATL, shouty, salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. He said, what up, world? It's a load of crap. Fury does not have COVID or anyone in his camp, nor has it been in contact with anyone in the so-called camp that they're claiming there is so Fury can still train and fight. Man, we hoping he can still train and fight. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to hear none of that. None of that. I talked to Tay earlier today, man. They own it. You know what I'm saying? He's over there in camp in Tuscaloosa. So they have their people on it. One thing I'm not really worried about. I don't raise my shoulders up and say, oh man, I hope this shit ain't true. He got his people on it. He's did an amazing job thus far. Arbitration. He did an amazing job. Whole team fully vaccinated. All that shit. Jared say, "Get brother, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. If I was waiting on to when I'm feeling 100% before I get on here, that shit gonna be down the road, bro. This COVID shit ain't no joke. But I'm not gonna sit here and just say, COVID. We have enough boxers out here lying on COVID. I just appreciate all the support for everybody who was wishing me well and shit through this damn COVID crisis. That's real talk. Hit the like button in the building. I need for y'all to do me, on this half, man, on my return for real. There's a lot more subscribers in here. I need for you all to do what? I need for you to hit that like button. That's it. I don't ask for donations all the time or none of that. I do appreciate Michael for donating to the channel. All right. I don't ask for donations all the time like that. But what I will ask for you to do is hit the like button. I found out I do have to ask as much as I don't want to. Hey, man, y'all hit the damn like button. Hit the like button, man. Shit. Man, y'all hear the funk? I'm trying to come up out this motherfucking funk for real. Nigga done lost weight. Oh, that COVID up there had a nigga down. Had a motherfucker leveled out, dog. But y'all pepping me up, man. You know, seeing the new faces. You know, I'm getting some good energy, some good vibes, man. Seeing all the new faces over here. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. While they never pulled out of a fight and been sick at times and broken bones. Yes, sir. Talk to him, Michael. Absolutely. Absolutely. The man had a motorcycle accident. Doesn't he have rods in his right hand? When you're sitting up here swinging as hard as Deontay Wilder, you're going to get yourself injured. So he had plenty of times when he was sick. All that shit. It takes me back to Michael Jordan. You remember the night that they was up here watching one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean, one of the biggest games. He's in there feeling sick as shit. And they say it was the flu. Well, what it really was is that, you know, somebody sabotaged. They ordered food and he was the only one that ate it. And they told him, Mike, don't eat that food. Look where you at, first of all. You're in their backyard. Why would you order food? They're gonna try to poison this shit. They're gonna contaminate that shit. Sure enough, he was the only one who ate that pizza. And the rest is what it is. He was sick the whole fucking game. He still did what he had to do, but he was still sick. Damn, I didn't know I had that joint too. Yeah, bro. This is the first time I actually had facial hair in 30 years, dog. COVID did that. Nigga didn't even want to shave or nothing. COVID did that, motherfucker. About what, 30 years I ain't had no motherfucking facial hair, y'all. Brown on boxing, salute, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute WCS. I heard if the fight gets delayed by force, aka COVID-19, beyond September 15, the contract can be voided. I'm not really thinking about, like, once again, okay, we want to talk about contract voidance and all this other stuff. We've been through this. This is nothing against UMD. You just mentioned it. I'm just telling you, that's the same language that was happening last year. They was talking about, well, you know, they supposed to fight by October. Shit didn't happen. Then, you know, Bob Aaron want to get on here and talk to the people and say, well, it's expired. So what? It was a pandemic. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. So what? It doesn't matter. So the people getting all hyped about, okay, are we? Aren't we? Are we going to get the fight? Oh, is it, we're not? We're just going to go ahead and get Fury Joshua. So then they ran with that Fury Joshua shit now, right? And it didn't pan out to anything. It was dead in the water before it even started. But people didn't want to believe it. When you have so much disdain and hate for somebody, you're not trying to use your dang intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Fuck common sense. Because shit ain't so common. Fuck all that. It's just people were so hell-bent in not seeing Wilder go in here for this trilogy, they was willing to believe anything. Even though people was telling me, hey, it's contractual. It's contractual. It's contractual. They try to tell him this shit's contractual. But so they want to turn around and say, well, in 2021, if it extends past September, the contract is voided. Come on, bro. You think a judge is going to rule in an arbitration for them to fight? And all of a sudden, it's that easy for Team Fury to say, well, guess what? Per the contract, if it extends past September, the contract is voided. And we still get the job. It ain't going to work that way, bro. All they have to do, you trying to tell me, you leaving that decision-making process in the lap of scoundrels like the Furies, and you're going to say it's that easy for Deontay Wilder to go through arbitration, win, and then it takes one delay process outside of July 24th. One. You're trying to tell me that's all it takes? I'm telling you, don't waste your time. Don't sit up here and waste your time believing it's that easy. One delay process. Okay, somebody from Team Fury is caught COVID. Oh, we're going to push it September. Then something else happened. Come on, bro. This is not Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos we talking about. No. If Fury doesn't have COVID, time to man up. Hey, man, it's been time. What's going on, Mitch? How you feel, bro? What's good? Combat, what up? 79 Boston, what's good? What's good? Hold up for a second. Hold up. Shalom in the building, my brother. What's good? Man, if y'all haven't checked out Showtime, man, he's over there on a different light. His foot is on the gas since yesterday. Man, y'all check his channel out and everything he got popping over there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Never doubted it. But you continue to do, move forward, be successful, and don't worry about what everybody else say, man. Real talk. Y'all be sure to subscribe to his channel and check out Showtime, man. Michael Ayrton again in that cash. I said that cash app and that super chat, man. I appreciate you. He said mental illness is built in the Fury comeback narrative presented by ESPN and Ring Magazine. Garcia was able to duck using mental illness and COVID. See, now I'm starting to perk up a little bit. All right. All that shit, that Michael Ayrton just said is true. But once again, if you look at both of the names that's in that, they have the complexion for the motherfucking protection. And see, why is it so important for Fury? Is because he fucked up. Motherfucking Fury fucked up, dog. Let's hit it where it's supposed to be. Let's hit it out the park. Fury is one of those only individuals that the UK people don't really fuck with him like that. Even when he won the titles, the UK people weren't really fucking with him. So he won the titles and he left and all this other shit. Drugs, all this suspension, all the shit from the Christian Hammer fight. And he was able to appeal why he stepped in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko. We know all that. But upon his return, which was chaperoned by Deontay Wilder and getting him back up to speed and making money, providing for his family, he disrespected the community of those who actually have mental illness. And this topic is deep in a sense because a lot of people look at it like, well, how do you know he doesn't have mental illness? I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's not up to me to sit up here and come up with all these diagnoses on if Tyson Fury has mental illness or not. All I can tell you is that when he was fucking up, it was cocaine and it was peds. All right. So it was an illness going on there. It was a drug illness. You know what I'm saying? It was being an habitual cheat. It was that illness going on, period. That's been around for quite some time. But look at the film on how Tyson Fury admitted that there's so many people cheating in the sport of boxing. So why are we bringing mental illness in there if you're choosing to cheat in the sport of boxing? And then the guy even asked him, they kind of asked him a direct question. So you Tyson Fury? And he kind of gave you that. He didn't deny. It was one of those things, once again, I can neither confirm or deny. He had that type of look on his face. So Tyson Fury came back and his PR team, they wanted to get a nice PR team and step on the motherfucking backs of those people who actually mental ill and come back and use that shit all over the damn headlines, ESPN and all that bullshit. It just shows you the disrespect. But I can tell you, as a black man in life since day one, if that was me, if that was Deontay Wilder, if that was any other black person, like, the reason why I say me is because in the military, being in combat, you do have individuals with PTSD. The unfortunate part about it is that, yes, some of us, we experience some dark sides to that combat. And people want to point their finger at it. They say, oh, you've been in combat. I have my own family do it. I have own relatives do that shit. They know absolutely nothing about the military. And they want to sit up here and point the finger and say, oh, so-and-so been in combat. Watch out for him. He's not the best up here. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you got a degree. They just want to sit up here and diminish your standing, your good standing, so to speak, right? But for Deontay Wilder, as a black athlete on the highest level, there's a lot of joking that goes on when it comes to black comedy and shit like that. Crackhead jokes and all that. So if Deontay Wilder was ever in that position to, first of all, lose his titles for cheating, being a performance enhancing drug user, that right there in itself will stick with him until his entire life. We ain't talking about boxing life. We're talking about his entire life. Entire life. He will have to deal with that shit. Not only that, cocaine now. You know how people love talking about Deontay Wilder's legs and shit? What's the first thing they do? Oh, he got them crackhead. He got legs like a crackhead. Well, how does the legs of a crackhead look? Y'all niggas be looking and paying attention to the wrong shit. Let me ask you this. If it was Deontay Wilder, do you believe they would just brush it out? Just like they're basically saying, we don't like Deontay Wilder, but we're going to support the drug cheat. And they get on here all angry. He makes so many excuses. I was watching the live the other night. And the first thing, I never seen some adults lose their motherfucking mind when they say, well, what do you think about this fight that's coming up between Wilder and Fury? And then the expressions that come over their fight. So I want to listen. I'm just sitting back. I'm saying, okay, please, fresh content, please respond. First of all, you know what? I used to be a Wilder fan. That's how they come. I used to be a Wilder fan. Why aren't you still? And then he made these excuses, all these motherfucking excuses, and they seem so upset, man. Them motherfuckers are angry. You know how many people that claim that they was my friends and shit? They claimed that we was friends on this YouTube. Never fuck with the channel. Didn't donate a dime until I started standing up for this wilder shit. And when the videos start, you know, when interviews start coming out and there was debates going on and panels and shit. Yeah. You start to have motherfuckers that didn't show up. So if we have each other number, hey, hello? Okay, you ain't picking up. I'm gonna tell you some shit that will never sit right with me in this lifetime, is that this YouTube jungle is the Wild West anyway, right? It's kill or be killed in some cases. You got to be built different to really put forth the energy. It's some niggas out here that just put forth incredible amount of energy, but yet they say they're generals. The generals I know don't rah like that. But back to the topic at hand, though. As much as I don't like bringing this shit up because it's irritating, is when this whole Wilder situation was going down with him defending his belt February, and we all know it was going to be a very tough fight for him, and it went down the way it did, embroiled in one of the biggest cheating scandals. Now, the thing that really irritates and irks the fuck out of people is that they saying just let it go because it was no investigation and all this other shit. We know that shit. But that doesn't mean it was no cheating. So it was cheat by the cheat master himself, the scoundrel himself, Tyson Fury. And he has the opportunity to come out the victor. Not only did Tyson Fury win last year, they rewarded Tyson Fury for defeating Deontay Wilder, who people say wasn't shit to begin with. Even the mainstream media is saying Deontay Wilder isn't anything special. He's not on a pound for pound list. He ain't this, he ain't that, right? Tyson Fury defeats him, and they put him on a co-op as fight of the year with Teofimo Lopez. Now, when Chris Colbert did it, you know, it was for different reasons, okay? Don't let me start taking shots. I'm doing it because I'm telling you, that's how that works. In this scenario, it was all about it. He didn't have complexion. So he defeats Deontay Wilder to get put on the damn magazine with Teofimo Lopez. How does that work? How does that fucking work, though? How can he means absolutely zero to the boxing community as an undefeated 42 victories now, 41 knockouts, 42 victories, 41 knockouts. How can someone be considered the worst heavyweight boxer of this era, not even mention the previous era in comparison, right? How can Tyson Fury be rewarded in the highest regard on a magazine cover with Teofimo Lopez? Not only that, people, but if you look at the Boxers Writers Association of America, they actually put Tyson Fury on the pound for pound list around what, 8? All from Deontay Wilder. Another accolade. That's a huge accolade. They put that man on the pound for pound list, y'all. Once again, you heard it right. They put him on the pound for pound list. And you know, to smooth that out, I actually thought if Mauricio Suleiman wanted to damn turn boxing on his head, I thought he was going to franchise Tyson Fury. Seriously, I seriously thought that he was going to franchise that motherfucker, dog. But Michael, appreciate that donation, my brother. You going through COVID-19, wish you many blessings, speedy recovery. Appreciate it, MD. What are you talking about? Nigerian politics. Michael in the building, man. What's good, OG? Peace, OG. Good to see you back at it. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Same to you, man. What is that? So this a Wilder. This is a Wilder FA Jobber situation. I think if you're gonna place information in here, you should be pretty much speaking up that fight between that he has with Sanchez. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we ain't talking about any tribes or anything like that. What did this topic even come? Did I miss something up top? Was it a full blown live chat war going on? Because I don't think people was putting too much emphasis in FA Jagua. I'm gonna be honest. Help me understand where that came all of a sudden. They said Michael Jordan stingy ass coughed on a pizza so nobody would eat it. Man, I need some funny, goddamn it. For real, man. He said, goddamn Michael Jordan stingy ass coughed on the pizza. Appreciate that, Mitch. Trying to goddamn kill a nigga for real. The judge in the arbitration is the one who would determine what happens next. And you Fury fans need to know there's no duck in this fight. WBC would have to strip him, and then they would owe Wilder. Talk to him, Brown on boxing. Educate for sure. And they what was I saying? I wanted to make sure that shit was clear. Yeah, with the mental illness shit. Ryan Garcia. I just wanted to touch on Ryan Garcia because, once again, the complexion is everything. We're seeing a lot of this mental illness shit be placed on certain fighters for their complexion, and people are just sealing that up and putting it close to their heart. They're just saying, oh, man, we feel for him. But I guarantee you, Wilder would call any source of mental illness, this is what we're going to have. He lost one time, and people say his career is pretty much done, over. He's depressed. They done stacked on so many storylines to this cat, and you got to ask yourself, like, God damn, this is free? Like, this is free hate. Like, free hate that's going on right now. There's no way that Wilder can sit up here and even claim mental illness in the same form as a Ryan Garcia. What if he would have say, okay, well, I'm not taking this fight, and then pictures came out that him and Telly was out here vacationing, hugged up and everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's taking mental illness for a joke. It doesn't make any sense. Why is he playing with the mental illness community? They're trying to make it Deontay Wilder against the entire mental illness community. Ryan Garcia can go out here and do some shit and then return back to the sport, right? Because he didn't really reappear until Javier Fortuna signed that fight. And that was supposed to be the guy who he fought. But he sent his attorneys up there and say, nah, I ain't fighting him. So he got out of that fight. He got out of the Gervonta Davis fight. He got out of the Devin Haney fight. He was never in the Manny Pacquiao fight. None of this shit. So he's returning back to the scene now, mental illness and all. And he said he wants Gervonta Davis. And the strange part about it is that Team Davis really wants to fight Garcia. And I just don't see Garcia being competitive enough first up here to be in there with a savage like Tank. This almost seems so much like a money grab, because we all know Garcia is in the process of making a movie, a boxing documentary. You know what I'm saying? That that's about him. So him stepping in there with Gervonta Davis, man, I've been hearing tidbits about Ryan Garcia being competitive enough, worthy enough to go in there with Gervonta Davis. And then I'm saying to myself, this is the same guy who got off the canvas against Luke Campbell. He didn't look good that fight, but yet they praised him for getting off the canvas. You have to look at it in comparison and say, with Gervonta Davis, if he would have put hands on Luke Campbell, what would have happened? Same thing. He would have destroyed Luke Campbell, right? Could Luke Campbell put hands on Gervonta and knock him down? No, it just wouldn't have happened. It just wouldn't have happened, period. But for people to believe that Ryan Garcia, who was dropped by a individuals like Luke Campbell, is not considered a heavy hitter, for them to look at the Mario Barrios fight and to say, let me compare Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia, who could possibly win? And people believe that Ryan Garcia will defeat Mario Barrios and potentially stop him. I don't fucking know, dog. What I do know is that he ain't fucking with Tank. You know how many times I've seen him miss with that lead left hook? Too many times. So if you did that with Luke Campbell, who's actually slow, what the fuck do you think Gervonta Davis, when he starts to slip and move, what is he going to do to Ryan Garcia? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Gervonta, he's a corporate dude now. I ain't going to lie to you. Gervonta will carry Ryan Garcia a little bit. He'll carry him to make it look interesting. And then he'll close out his lights. And once Ryan Garcia recovers for the interview, I wonder if he's going to have that same feeling to my, jeez, you know, I think I was doing well, right? Wasn't I? Y'all agree I was doing well? You know, and then the rest, I don't quite remember it all. You know, that's the shit Ryan Garcia can get away with. He got away with it for Luke Campbell. He absolutely did. He got away with that shit. Being goofy at post-fight, getting his ass knocked down from a guy who never should have touched him up like that. And then people say, oh, God, good dude, Ryan. You're tough. I like that shit. He's still Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. I just don't look at someone convincing me, even though I'm just jumping. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying Ryan Garcia, his mental illness shit, him not really having true direction on where he's going right now in boxing. We don't have a fucking clue. But what we do know is when he's all of a sudden returning back to the limelight, he's calling out Gervonta heavy now. And Leonard Ellaby said they already put the offer out there to you back then and you didn't want it. But right now, Ryan Garcia is hell-bent on motherfucking Gervonta Davis. Why do you want those problems at 35? Come on, shawty. I got to get back to that. Unscripted Virtuoso. Salute World Combat Sports in the chat. Salute to you there, Virtuoso. Appreciate you. You know, it's good to see you back in here, bro. DJ. Did not know you recovering. All the best to you. And yeah, Wilder had rods in his hand. Had that surgery on the elbow, still fought. Yes, sir, man. He fought with injuries. Yes, sir. No doubt. The judge would award damages that could cost Top Rank and Fury big money. Arbitrated decision is legally binding. Appreciate that info there. Brown on Boxing. He says the judge would award damages. We're talking about a comment that was made earlier when they're basically insinuating that if the fight is delayed past September, it will void out what the arbitration most recently ruled on. And I said, basically, it's not that easy for them just to have a delay and push it out. That's the same shit that happened in 2020. They believed that the contract had expired because of the pandemic and there was nothing else to be said and done. Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, they can just go out into the sunset and say, what? We want to make this heavyweight undisputed. It's going down. But that was never the case. It sounded good for the damn media, but it was just puppetizing. They was just pulling the strings, that's all. I want them to try to go over there and do some shit that will give Deontay Wilder that legality to receive some damages, some monetary damage. Why not? Pay the man. Y'all don't want to fight him? Pay him. Nobody really gives a fuck about Lopez versus Kambosos. Triller has been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray. Oscar about to give them a stimulus boost, though. We'll see, bro. If Triller just would have held that June 5th date, that's it. Right or wrong, Mitch, they just would have held that 5th. Stayed in the fighting hole. Just stayed in the fighting hole, man. The whole purpose, and look, this entire purpose was for Teofimo Lopez to get his damn mandatory out the way. That's it. No matter what the numbers look like, Triller should have held ground that day. Never should have aborted mission because of Floyd. Get the fight over with. So, Teofimo win, he moves on. And maybe we'll be talking about Teofimo Lopez and potentially Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, Vasyl Lomachenko, that came out all of a sudden from Bob Arum. Now he wants to push a rematch between Lopez and Lomachenko. I get it. But you can't do that because he's still up here. Look, he's still up here trying to goddamn move on because his ticket sales had COVID. I mean, come on, bro. Triller, all you had to do was hold ground and get the fight over with. The numbers would have sucked, but at least that fight would be over. Now it's just lingering. It's almost like the Khabib and Tony Ferguson. This shit was canceled 5 freaking times. Now there's no way these cats gonna fight. No way. And look at Tony Ferguson. He's lost. Man, Teofimo can't continue to play around with Kambosos shit, man. Oscar De La Hoya would look better than Chavez Jr. Sorry ass. Yeah, I really don't even like when somebody say Chavez Jr. name. I really don't even perk up. Like my eyebrow does. Who? No. Fury strung out on young lad ass. Oh man, I've seen the video, and shout out to Drew Titan once again, man. That when he goddamn started to swing that motherfucking hammer, woo, that shit get motherfucking brutal quick. Fury never checked in the mental hospital for depression or anything. You're right. See, that's easy. That's easy. It's an easy go-to. This Tyson Fury never checked in. Ryan Garcia, he checked into a resort with his girl, chilling. I don't know. I guess busting a nut is therapy, isn't it? I don't know, man. Is it long term? If you're going over there and getting affection from your girl? I don't know. You tell me. That's temporary relief, ain't it? These cats just using mental illness And then not only that, like once again, mental illness, we pretty much assume what mental illness is. But when it comes to COVID, motherfuckers just treating COVID like a bum off the street. No one really know what COVID is. Like, how do you catch it? What is it? People don't know. They just understand that it's a big, it's huge ramifications, you know, when it comes to COVID. We don't know what the ramification is going to be because everybody's symptoms are different. But even in the boxing is taking a turn now where boxers is saying, oh, they're catching COVID. They're catching COVID. Where are the tests at? How can you catch COVID and go to a whole nother country with your spouse? How can you do that shit? You can't. If you catch COVID, don't you have to quarantine for a minimal 10 days? You're not going to give that to your family. Is she pregnant? Yeah, he's meaning Tyson will get stripped. WBC reinstates Wilder. And if AJ gets past Usyk, AJ versus Wilder unification. See that shit right there. I do understand. I do understand. And at one point, I thought it was absolutely capable of going down like that, the DJ. I thought it was capable. Reason why? Because I truly don't think Fury is confident enough to walk into that ring July 24th, knowing that he don't have a fucking plan. He doesn't have that confidence like he did February 22nd last year. It's gone. It's too much footage out there, too many videos. It's too many voices that's been goddamn biting your motherfucking ear off. So many people been calling you for what you are. You know what it is. It's tough. So besides that, he needs to continue to try to think, man, Sugar Hill, come up with something. Come on, Sugar. Come on. Pops, you come up with something yet? Shit. I mean, it's gonna be something that they come up with all the way into the bell ring. It's gonna be something. And then we might get that Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield type action. We might have a motherfucker come in on a damn parasail and shit. A parachute. And then you get Fury, the same look he had when he got caught busted trying to cheat against Christian Hammer. You know, he did this. That dumb look right there. That's what we're looking for. I remember Fury kept postponing the Klitschko rematch until they canceled it. Yeah, man, he's been a cheater. Good point, man. Good highlight. Good highlight. Damn good highlight. The man been a cheater forever and a day, full time. Miss say suck ass fools building excuses for Fury before the COVID pump fake, talking about the fight is fixed like theater. The only thing Fury can talk about is shit he himself is used to doing. You know what I'm saying? He can talk about whatever's going to be fixed. He don't feel like he's in a win. He feel like he in a no-win situation. Well, imagine how Deontay Wilder felt. He felt like he was in a no-win situation. Even though there was a lot of oversight February last year, still, it's not like his team wasn't trying to cover all angles. But that's a lot to think about. When you have to look at it this way, it's not like Deontay Wilder didn't think that boxing was trying to sabotage him walking in there February to defend his title for 11th time. It wasn't like he didn't know. It just was so much for him to think about. He still had the fight in front of him. It's not like he went in there and he act like, man, we have everything covered. Everything covered. All right, I feel good. No. He probably had suspicion that shit was fucked up. He just didn't know what. When he took that helmet out and his shit was just noodle legs and he just didn't feel the way he's supposed to, he was probably saying to himself, he's mentioned it before in the interview. He said, oh shit, I'm not feeling right. Here it goes. I'm not feeling right. I'm not feeling right. He didn't know what it was. He didn't know it was his water when he was feeling fucked up during that fight. He just know his body. You know, that type of energy, that level of energy that you feel. You know what I'm saying? That normal type of energy, and you know you're about to step in there and get it in. It wasn't there. So let me, okay, 79 Boxing. He said media attacked Wilder for wearing headphones and not talking, but had nothing to say when Fury refused to talk wearing tape over his mouth during the press conference to his fight with Chisora. And you know how they do shit over there in the UK. You know Chisora is one of the most theatrical fighters you will ever run into. Just look at the encounters between him and David Haye. Look at the shit between him and umpteen amount of other people. I like the energy between Chisora. You know what I'm saying? But just what he just said, nobody cares about the antics that goes on over there in the UK because they accept it. They encourage it. They enable it. They want the theatrics to happen. You know, think about the time when Tyson Fury came in a Batman costume. They encouraged that shit. But 79 Boxing, I know this is a little bit off topic, but let's have a one-on-one right quick. Do you support Wilder or don't you? I'm serious, my brother, because for a while, I truly believe you did. And then I remember Andrew telling me, hey, depending on what panel you on, So I said, okay, let me do a little surfing. And then I saw this one panel where you was just damn talking shit about Wilder. I was like, dang, I done seen you so many times like you do now. You act like shit was cool over here. But then on the other panel, you was like dogging him out, bro. Like, which one is it? Let me know. Take that time. Which one is it? It ain't personal. That's 79 Boxing. But I just had to ask a question, bro, because I thought you know this channel. You know what it is when it comes to Wilder. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. But on some other channels that's totally anti-Wilder, you be over there on them wave hard. I'm gonna leave it at that. Appreciate you pulling up all the time though, but are you like on the fence with this or what? Because sometimes I feel like you do support him, and then I see you dogging them out on other people's platform, like you don't give a fuck. Mississippi King in the building. What's good? Fury can't find a way to put bricks in his glove and spike Wilder's water. Yeah, he know that shit's gonna be under the motherfucking microscope 50 times. They better damn have that very well have that man get his gloves in the ring and put them on. For real. And we already, you was looking at Tay Jones. Shout out to Pac-Man ATL, man. Y'all be sure to check his channel out. He just started his channel, but he went over who was going to be the referee and the judges for this fight. This trilogy that's happening July 24th. He went over that the other night. But the good thing about it is that him being a prominent role player on Team Bomb Squad, I think he's known Deontay Wilder for over 15 years now. So his channel is up and running on YouTube right now. Y'all definitely need to go check it out. It's going to be one of the biggest channels out here just off him being a professional boxer, his Bomb Squad affiliate with Deontay Wilder. He's up there in camp right now. So people are going to tune in. And it was good to see that. I told him a couple of years ago he should have his channel up. I told him that a couple of years. I said, man, you should put your channel up. And he was like, nah, that's not something. But all of a sudden he had a change of heart. And it's on, man. He had like, what, 100 and some people over there on the live chat. That shit is cooking. Be sure to subscribe to Pac-Man ATL. I believe it's _Tay. He's live and living color right now, man, on this YouTube game. I just remember COVID was just crying about water in his post interviews. He was worrying about where it came from. Chris Colbert, man. I got to keep it Bronze Bomber. It is what it is with Chris Colbert. He's trying to fight Leo Santa Cruz next, right? Why? Like, Leo Santa Cruz is thinking about moving down to 126, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken, Leo Santa Cruz is trying to potentially face Gary Russell Jr. or something like that. I mean, look, that would be incredible because he had plenty of time to face Gary Russell Jr. when they was in the same division as champions before. It never happened. Now it's not too late for Leo Santa Cruz. It's not too late. But for Chris Colbert, why do you want Leo Santa Cruz? Why do you want Leo Santa Cruz all of a sudden? I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know. What? Somebody tell me why Chris Colbert is trying to fight Leo Santa Cruz right now. After all that shit, you can't find a different name out there at 130? You can't find a different name that's going to pique our interest because your people, you need an opponent there, Chris. All right? When you make this gesture right here, you start to goddamn spark up some interest. You know how you trying to goddamn work that flint and you see that flint, that spark and shit, and you trying to light that fire? You need to make sure that you get somebody that, because we kind of confused right now. Your people don't support you, but you had a sombrero, and then you had whatever type of attire you had going on. I don't know what audience is every black fighter believe that they need to wear Mexican garb or Latino garb to be successful in boxing? Please enlighten me. Is that what we're doing? Is that the norm? Black fighters believe in order for them to get the big fights, they need to cater to the Mexican seamstress. You know how many? I don't seen so many black fighters wearing Mexican cultural attire. And that just goes to show we don't have our own culture, Black Americans. Like, we don't have our own shit that we can fall back on and wear to the ring. We don't. TMT and Team Tank knows Garcia is sweet. Easy work, good for the casuals, though. We have to remember the casual fans are most revered fans to the promoters. Shameful but true. I know you getting at with that, but how can we come up with a consensus, an official consensus as to who the casual fans are? Now, here, listen to me, Mitch. Like, how do we have? What type of means do we have? How are we going to go up here and collect data on the casual fan? It sounds good in language, but how are we to collect data on Ryan Garcia's 8 million followers? How can we certify that there's any validity to this shit? It's AI. It's artificial intelligence. We don't fucking know if it's true or not. Who is truly the casual fan? Talk to me. Like, who is the casual boxing fan? Now, I use the word temporary all the time. Those are the ones that's just below casual. The ones that just show up to a fight because, you know, they with their girl and the ticket sales are pretty decent. But who are truly the casual fans? How are they? What mannerisms do they have? What actions have they taken for them to be grouped as casuals? When it comes to this right here, TMT, Gervonta Davis, you think casual fans are the ones that's going to come out just because? At one point in time, they were saying Ryan Garcia is going to bring the females into the equation. They weren't talking about no casual fans. They would say, "Oh man, he has females lined up, in the floor seats to come see him fight." You haven't been hearing that a lot lately. But what I am hearing is they're trying to take advantage of Ryan Garcia's data with his IG followers and shit. But let me ask you this question. If we're going on followers, people love to embrace people with followers. Why aren't we sitting up here witnessing brand new millionaires of all these followers? Because if those followers outside of Ryan Garcia stepping in the ring, if they just actually donated $1 a day. He has over 8 million followers. Donate $1 a day. Wouldn't that be a crazy amount of money for Ryan Garcia? Just $1 a day from those AI, those artificial intelligent, those motherfucking social media followers. That'd be a lot of money. I'm gonna tell you, it's not happening. It's not happening. That goes from anybody out here on YouTube. If you had some followers that really truly support you, and every time you came on, they dropped, they dropped some, even when you wasn't on. Just say the Cash App, and that's a big deal. Cash App, YouTube, the ones that really genuinely want to say, okay, I'm supporting that individual. They'll drop your Cash App because it's going directly to you. Now, we all know YouTube take 30%. Imagine if Ryan Garcia, if it was Zelle, Venmo, or whatever the case, and they donated continuously over and over and over and over again, he wouldn't have to worry about boxing. He wouldn't have to worry about facing no Gervonta Davis, because he has those true loyal fans, those 8+ million fans he got who donate to him on a regular basis. He don't have to worry about stepping in the ring. Just go to the silver screen, make your movies, and walk out into the sunset. Garcia almost retired after announcing he had depression, and then turned around and come back and making runs at Tank. What's going on, DJ? Once again, with another one. You know, I look at it like this, man. Ryan Garcia understands that he's playing. He's playing a little bit. When I say he's playing, he understands how it is with him just faking the funk with these gullible boxing fans, this audience. Man, shout out to Knockout Boxing 86 TV on deck in the building, man. Man, go check him out, man. Go check out his channel, man. He be putting out some fire. I ain't gonna lie. Go check out Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. Subscribe to his channel. Support the brother. He be over there doing his thing, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. Continue to cook over there. You know, not all the brothers out here is solid, but the only time, look, the first time I ran the Knockout Boxing when he was basically on the panel, you know, just like I was every now and then I'll jump on the panel to debate and shit. But he pretty much held his own square like a man should. And they was trying to act like, man, show your face, show your face. He was like, shit, he go my motherfucking face. Now what? You know, I always remember that time you stood on your shit, man. You're a real one, solid dude, bro. You know, in this boxing game, solid dude. What's going on, Deborah Ford? Appreciate you pulling up. This is my first live back, man. I'm still trying to gather all my strength. I just can't stay in the dark. You know, the more rest state that you have with this COVID shit, you feel like crap. Aaron Jones, what's good? Well, what's up, WCS? What's good with you, bro? As someone really going through COVID, I know you got to feel some type of way about Fury lying about COVID. Aaron said Fury and his whole corner were vaccinated. And so here we go once again. Here we go. So him and his team is fully vaccinated. So I was asking earlier, I say, why wasn't his entire team? Knockout saying his entire team is fully vaccinated. So somebody talking about, well, hey, somebody on Fury's team is COVID. That shit is all over the headlines right now. So when you mention Knockout, when you mention line is just common nature to a motherfucking cheat like Fury. You know what I'm saying? That's a motherfucking liar, dog. He loved telling nothing but. That's what he does. He loved telling nothing but the truth. It's going to take more for him to come up with, for real. He's going to come up with a lot more angles to get his ass out of this motherfucking fight. It's too much riding on it. And, you know, it's good for attention, for people to tune in and make live streams and talk about will the fight happen now? Do we know? What can we expect? We appreciate that info. He said someone really going through COVID I know you got to feel some type of way. Hey, I look at it like this, man. It was a point in time where I didn't respect COVID myself. I didn't think I could get it. You talking about a brother who's been all over the world. I didn't think I can get the shit. But one thing it will do, if you just stay in the dark, like it can be sunny outside, but you don't see none of it. You don't see no sunlight, nothing. Your shit is just dark and gray. And your body ache, you tired, you don't want to do shit. So I said, man, you know what? When this shit came out, I said, man, let me go in here and try to do this live. Even though my chest hurting right now, and I'm not with the best energy. Don't get it twisted. I'm not doing well. But it feels good to go in here and talk boxing. You got to do something, else you're just gonna be sitting in the room, damn hydrating and shit. I was up here drinking Pedialyte. Look, I haven't eaten a full meal in 2 weeks. I don't have an appetite. I don't have my taste buds. So Fury sitting up here lying on COVID, it does nothing. It does nothing for me. I just want him to answer the bell July 24th, and let's see this shit on a whole nother scale. Retribution at its best. That's what I want to see. You know? But I appreciate everyone who pulling up on the live chat and showing support. Real talk. Anyone want to come up here and talk about it? You know, I got time. I got a little time today. Anyone who wants to click that link and come talk about the bullshit with Tyson Fury, you know, being the scoundrel that he is. Triller trying to squeeze juice out of a rock. Now poor Golden Girl got to take off fishnets. God damn, Mitch. No, you didn't. I already don't have an appetite. And you up here bringing up spatulas and shit. Stuff that we commonly, we place them in a setting when it deals with meals and shit. Now I'm about to vomit. I'm already feeling bad. Now you up here talking about De La Hoya and what he used to do with spatulas. Shout out to Deborah Ford over there in South Carolina, man. Larry Frazier. One more round boxing, man. Shout out to y'all. Everything boxing and sports. Keon is in the building. Good to see you on deck there, Keon. Y'all definitely check out my man Keon, man. Brother spitting that heat. Always talking that boxing again. Go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Like I said before, it's only so many. It's some channels that I really rock with and pay attention, that I try to tune in on a consistent basis. Keon is one of them, man. Him and Money Brown, they collabo. Check out Money Brown TV. And also, Drew Titan. I've been checking this shit out for a minute now, man. His live streams. That shit be I'm telling you, dude be coming up with some topics. That shit is educational. I ain't gonna lie. I be sitting back like, damn, where you get this topic from? Okay. That's what it is, man. I appreciate the support, Keon, that you start showing the channel. Real talk. Like the smallest effort, to me is what count. Just the point of putting in consistently with the smallest effort. I appreciate that, my brother, and I respect it. I thought Russell was trying to fight Santa Cruz. So whatever happened, unscripted. Whatever happened to Gary Russell fighting Ray Vargas, man? Whatever happened? Wasn't he scheduled to fight Ray Vargas? I know that fight couldn't have fell off. That fight couldn't have fell off. quick note: Luis Ortiz is applying pressure on White and Andy. If you are one of the elite in boxing, you shouldn't dodge anyone. I like Luis Ortiz, especially when he's talking about Dillian fucking White. I really hope, because I know Mauricio Suleiman has just came out and basically pretty much did the same thing he did with Lomachenko. You know, when Devin Haney and the whole fiasco that was going on with that situation, then Mauricio say, no, Lomachenko is not fighting for the rest of the year, so you can just fight for the interim. Dillian White, man, Mauricio just put it out there that the winner of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Dillian White isn't the motherfucking mandatory. This guy, whoo, god damn. This guy right here, I swear to God, he gets no respect. He is the Rodney Dangerfield of boxing, y'all. Dillian White is the Rodney Dangerfield of boxing. Did I, correct me out there, I remember running across this and shit because even though I was feeling like shit, I was just trying to scan across articles. But did I hear that Andy Ruiz turned down Luis Ortiz fight? I mean, say it ain't so over there with Eddie Reynoso. Say it's not so. I mean, you trying to tell me over there they're turning down and ducking and dodging? They're on the Duck Masters Coalition? I hope Luis Ortiz will continue to apply pressure to Dillian White. That would be a good fight because he's ducked that man and he's trying to, you know, tell everybody and dog him and saying he was this, that, and the other, but he don't have no room to talk at all. He can't talk about drug cheats. You can't talk about shit. Now it's time to sign the fight and you and Luis Ortiz go in there and get it in. It would be a good ass fight. You can't say you're not ready to fight. I mean, yeah, you're not ready to fight King Kong and then say you're ready to fight Wilder, Fury, or Joshua. And what about King Kong? Exactly. Because Dillian White, he's always been that dude, man. I remember when some UK cats was defending Dillian White once again, when I was damn smashing his head with a motherfucking hammer. And they was like, man, you know, you got to show respect to Dillian White. He's one of the top 5 heavyweights in the sport. I said, what does that have to do with anything, though? Like this was prior to him stepping in there against Alexander Povetkin for the first time. They knew for a fact Dillian White, it was his time. It was his time. I heard so many people talking about how Deontay Wilder had ducked Dillian White and so many people didn't want to fight him and all this other shit. And then he goes in there and gets smashed by Alexander Povetkin. Come on, Luis Ortiz, get this fight. When it comes to Dillian White, it's no cushion. I really want Luis Ortiz to go in there and place this man up under the lights once again, sunbathing, with the referee doing his dance. Yeah, just like that. Man, y'all have no idea, boy. My shit is empty for real. Gary Russell Jr. always fights in traditional African warrior gear. Yeah, he does. I mean, them Russell brothers on a whole nother level when it comes down to it. Them Russell brothers on a whole nother level of woke. I got mad respect for them. Antoine, Antonio. Some of y'all may not know what classes they fight in, but Gary, of course, he's at 126. You know what I'm saying? And then the one that's I think right after Gary Russell, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., Antonio. Antonio fights at what? Bantamweight, 118, bro. And then Antoine, you know, the last Russell per se, there are a lot of people say, damn, he beat the shit out of Santiago. Yeah, the same Santiago that stepped in there with Broner and went the distance, right? He stopped him. He fights at 140. A name, all those names. Antoine Antonio should be on the lookout. Bots are casual fans. Okay. Now I can put the bots as casuals. That just proves my point. Like they have no real presence. Baltimore is full of casuals. They only want to see Tank. They don't know who the fuck he fighting. That's good though. I ain't gonna be mad at that. If they don't know who he fighting, but they still show up and support, cool. I get it. Russell made the fastest turnaround since 2015 when a paltry 9 months after a grotesque mismatch against Kiko Martinez, he successfully defended the belt against Game Challenge. One thing about Russell, man, his career is what it is right now. I would definitely like to see Gary Russell fight Devin Haney. If the fight presented itself, absolutely. I'd definitely like to see that. Man, Drew Titan in the building, man. What's good, Drew? What is good? Appreciate you pulling up, my brother. And once again, if y'all in the building, y'all already know who Drew Titan is. There's no introduction. Check his channel out and check out, you know, his live streams every day around 9:30. I'm telling you, he be cooking, man. That's one of the channels I'll listen to on a daily. And appreciate the support, man. Real talk. A little smaller shit mean a lot to me, especially on this YouTube game. I've been out here for a minute, but you know, it's only a couple of brothers who really start fucking with the channel, man. And I didn't even ask them to. So for me, it's all the way respect. You feel me? So y'all definitely go check out Drew Titan, man. He know his shit when he talking about boxing or he's getting in the trolls, man. I ain't gonna lie. His goddamn roast game is something serious, man. That shit is hilarious. Appreciate the donation, my brother. Real talk. Michael Ayrton, once again, thanks for the donation. Both of y'all, appreciate the donation. He said, let's wait and see. Matter of fact, let me get back. I didn't even read the super chat. He said he's cycling off of whatever pairs he's on, fam. So I'm guessing. Hey Drew, who you talking about? Because I'm not 100% in the driver's seat. Are we talking about Dillian White? Are we talking about Tyson Fury? Michael Ayrton with the $5. Appreciate Drew Titan with the $10 in the super chat. The dime, appreciate you. Michael with the nickel. Let's wait and see who actually had COVID. If it's not Fury, then there's no reason for a delay at this point. Fury should be stripped. I totally agree with all that stripness. For real. Going up in the ATL is usually dealing with the polls and nightlife entertainment. In this particular case, strip Fury all the way of that WBC belt. Strip him. If they want to come up and talk about this COVID and it feels like it's a better way for him to quit without his so-called fans vilifying the shit out of him, then strip him. Go ahead. But I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be over there to test. You know, I talked to Tay earlier. They're going to make sure that shit happens. Yes, sir. They're gonna make sure somebody actually has COVID over there. You ain't going to just put the shit out to the media and disappear underground. And then they say, hey, anybody seen Fury? Anybody? No, it's not going to happen. They're going to verify if somebody on that team has COVID. Period. But you know some shit I heard? I heard some shit. I heard some shit, Drew. For real, I heard some shit. I haven't even spoke about it on this. I'm about to though. I heard some shit. Yamba Yard in February 2020. He spent the rest of the year calling out lightweights and welterweights, all while claiming he's one of the his one fight per schedule was the result of fighters he avoid. So you talking about Russell? We all know his once a year deal. That's something he's gonna have to deal with, man. He has 3 top fights left of some big names that he can potentially move up a weight class is just not totally outside when we talk about the advantage outside of a respectable competitive. What I mean by that is he's coming up from 26. So when there was talk about him moving up to 35, people look at him as being a small dude, but they didn't look at it in a sense where it was way outside the scope of competition for it to be competitive, with Gary Russell Jr. But they look at him 26, 30, he probably walks around 35, he's good. The only thing they really had a problem with is when he started calling out Terrence Crawford at 47. So it's up to Gary Russell Jr., man. Of course, we want to see him kind of blend in and shake things up at 35, especially with Devin Haney. Devin Haney, he's in dire need of an opponent that people can just exhale on and say, okay, cool. I'm looking forward to this fight. Great. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for that fight. I think with Gary Russell, that's still a very entertaining matchup. If it's going to happen or not, I don't know. But Team Haney is free agents right there. So we'll see. Ryan is popular amongst people who know nothing about boxing. They just know Ryan Garcia is a boxer. They're casuals and temporary. Yeah, man. Like when you that goofy and you lie all the time, people, treat you like a little kid. Oh, look at you. You're so adorable. Oh, look at you. He didn't mean anything, but he keeps lying all the time. He didn't mean it. He's young. He don't know any better. Somebody give him one of those blow pops over there. Go run along, sit in the corner there, Ryan. That's the way they treat it. But motherfucker like me tell a lie. Oh, you know better. You know better. Don't do it no more. All right. We have to start restricting your account. Don't do it. Appreciate that, Michael Ayrton. Appreciate the ones who donate on the regular. Much respect to you. J8 in the building. What's good, man? I'm just trying to rise up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to rise up. If I stay off, look, if it's all about how I'm feeling, I probably wouldn't be back on this month for another 3 weeks, Salute, fam. Smash the like button. I appreciate you. No doubt. Glad to see you back on and trying to shake that COVID. Yeah, I am, man. I'm trying that, Keon, for real. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying. I had me eating a full meal in 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie. I just been, drinking Ensure because I don't have no motherfucking taste buds, dog. I don't have no taste buds. I don't have no appetite. I don't have shit. Gary Russell Jr. negotiating with 17 different fighters and shit. Oh, he said 17 different fighters. Damn, dog. So what you saying? He can't choose out of 17 fighters? He can't just pick one? You know what I'm saying? He can't pick one? He announced that like White is somebody to be feared. Yeah, I know, man. White wants people. The one thing they like about White that black US fighter like Deontay Wilder will not get credit for is going in there being reckless and getting knocked the fuck out. I'm talking about knocked out. Tyson Fury did not knock out Deontay Wilder. All right. We're talking about him going in there getting slept, stretched, however you want to put on the stretch, all that shit. They love that about Dillian White. But if that was Deontay Wilder, he wouldn't get the same credit. He wouldn't get no credit at all. If he was getting knocked out like that, you want to know what their advice would be to Deontay Wilder? Hang up the gloves. Hang up the gloves. Your career is over. But he only has one. You know what? Look, every bit of intro moving forward in Deontay Wilder's career, especially July 24th, is always going to be attached with, let's be honest with ourselves. We don't clearly know if Deontay Wilder will fully be 100% following that incredible, horrific beating that Tyson Fury put on him last year. We just don't know all the internal damages that he received during that fight. It's always going to be attached to that. They up here after one loss, we have people saying that he really should think about hanging up the gloves. His career is over. Why not Dillian White? Dillian White go in there and get smashed, and people's like, oh man, I can't wait for the rematch. I can't wait for that motherfucking rematch. Oh my God. Same thing they said with Anthony Joshua. He get crushed by Andy Ruiz. Oh man, I can't wait for that damn rematch. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, first loss, Joel Diaz. Joel Diaz, respected trainer. Respected trainer, bro. But I gotta call you guys on some bullshit, bro. If y'all look at my video, I posted on YouTube, right? He's saying that he just don't ever think Deontay Wilder can recover from a beating like that. The scar is just too deep. So I say, don't you think the scar is what motivates him to come back, though? Don't you think that's what it is? With a lot of fighters, that has that heart, they had this competitive mentality. Say, if I lost once, then I'm definitely, especially if it was a title involved, then I want to return and try to see, can I get my title back? Joe Diaz up there talking to these people and making it seem like Deontay, he's in a lose-lose situation heading into this fight with Fury. It's nothing I don't see him doing better. He cannot do this. I mean, they really don't look, they really believe the man was Manny Pacquiao, face down, not moving. What was the dude named, the brother? Hold on for a second. This is one of the most brutal knockouts. I still remember when it happened, bro. I even talked to Green about that too. Hold on for a second. What's his name? Where is he? Hold on for a second. Jadon Codgerton. Look, Jadon Codgerton. I don't know if y'all was around and watched boxing back then. I remember when this fight happened back in 2005. And he fought Alan Green. Codgerton was 9-0 at the time. He was 9-0. Alan Green knocked this man. It's one of the most brutal knockouts you will see. Look up the fight. Alan Green versus Jadon Codgerton back in November 2005. That was a brutal knockout, man. And you would think that hearing Joel Diaz talk, that's how Deontay Wilder was knocked out. He had like he was Bernard Hopkins in that bitch. He had like he was Amir Khan laying on his back. He act like that was Deontay Wilder. I mean, and that was Deontay Wilder in the place of James Kirkland when Canelo Alvarez knocked him out. Seriously. You would have thought Deontay Wilder was Arthur Spilker when he hit him with that right. Damn. The Boxing King Archives on deck. What's good, bro? He talks about fighting Vargas, but Vargas was about to fight him in May or June. I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, that's okay. Appreciate that info, man, because I was saying to myself, that's going to be a damn good fight for Gary Russell Jr. That's going to be a very good fight. Seriously, that's going to be a good fight. And then it's just absolved. And from my understanding, Ray Vargas is a multi-division champion, ain't he? That was going to be a damn good test. Brotherhood in the building. What's good? What's good? He said, I want to see the COVID tests. We all wants to see them if they legit. We're talking about a cheater amongst scoundrels. So if the test is legit, then cool. I don't want to see a rapid test, where they just show it to you. See, I'm positive. I'm positive. Here it goes. That's hard. You have to have this shit from certified doctors. You know what I'm saying? Boston King say salute to the Druth. Jade say Povetkin damn near the same age as Ortiz. Ruiz been ducking Ortiz too. Yes, sir. I think Ruiz is more in a place of understanding coming off that knockdown against Chris Arreola. I mean, it's some things that woke him up in that fight. Real talk. Like I like Chris Arreola. I've been a fan of Chris Arreola for a minute. He's a real one. I've seen him in person several times. He just told them, those judges that had this, and this, I ain't went around. You can suck a dick. I mean, who says that on live television? Chris Arreola does. And he had every right. Like, I know y'all riding me off. I'm not the A side, of course. Y'all going for Ruiz. I get it. But don't sit up here and act like I ain't do shit in the fight. Don't sit up here and put the scores out there and with that type of margin in between. And you're like, I'm supposed to feel some type of way about it. I feel where you was coming from, Chris. Yes, sir. He said, you can suck my dick. That's what he said, not me. He said. Personally, I think it's offensive to mention Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia with Tank, Haney, Tio, and Loma. They seem to value him so much, though. I don't understand it. Campbell was a cool win, but he damn near got slept. Yes, sir. So why you think they're trying to raise Ryan Garcia up like he's like it takes a village? You know what I'm saying? When does it take a village to raise a boxer in this sport? It don't happen. But why are they trying to act like they want to all come together as a village and raise Ryan Garcia up in this bitch? Like, why aren't you trying to raise any other fighter up in here? It's almost like they trying to damn chaperone this motherfucker. This man has millions of followers, more than everybody in the lightweight division. I mean, like, if you want to compare followers to the lightweight boxers, the top tier names, he has more than everybody, right? But yet it still just seems like they trying to say, let's all work together here. All right. We've seen enough damage already. We don't need to see anything else. What's going to get him through the next fight is all of us, the love that we radiate amongst each other. It's gonna build up his spirit and confidence, and he's gonna be able to go to another level and go in there and defeat Gervonta Davis. It ain't happening. Make sure you have your wallets ready. The only way that Ryan Garcia makes it out of the 5th round with Gervonta, I'm giving him 5, cinco, amigo, is because I think that Gervonta is going to be nice to him. He's going to play with his food a little bit. That's just me. I've heard people boosting up Ryan Garcia, whatever. You have every opinion of yours. It's, take ownership. It's cool. But where's all this coming from now? Like, what is this wave that I'm hearing with Ryan Garcia? Where's this shit? Time he stepped up competition, what happened? Where's all this power? Somebody explain to me. Did you not see how many times slow ass Luke Campbell slipped underneath that damn left? Where's all this power though? Just because he landed a body shot. Oh my God, man. Malik Scott just gave an interview on ES News a couple of hours ago about the COVID stuff. He said they still training and preparing for 24th. They haven't got any word it's canceled. Yeah, I saw that interview. Appreciate that they're unscripted. I seen that interview. Yeah, I did. I seen it. I seen it. I was, listening to it before I even did my own live. Okay, Fury's on Pez. Yeah, he's a walking cheat. So you know what that is. It's according to how many he's on. You know what I'm saying? It's according to how many Pez Fury's on. That's the big question. But check this out though. I don't know if you heard this, Drew. And everybody else is here. But I heard that Tyson Fury I heard Tyson Fury was a certain fighter put hands on him and knocked his ass out in sparring. That's what I heard. The real reason is it's not the COVID. It's the fact that he got his ass knocked the fuck out. And it's so close to the fight. That's what I heard. The real reason for all this hoopla is it's not COVID. They just using that shit as a mask, because it's just like the rumor mill that was going on that Anthony Joshua was knocked out by Joy DeWeco leading up to that fight. And Joy DeWeco, of course, he denied all cases. He wasn't going to say anything, but it's somewhat similar. But this shit right here, I heard he was freaking slept. You want to know about who? Another fighter that I'm questioning. Him hanging out across the pond. Is he clean? Did you see the transformations? Have y'all seen the transformations yet? It was motherfuckers over here taking up for him, and I was like, yeah, you can take up for him all you fucking want, but what's obvious if you have this body type and there's this body type A, months ago, to body type B, now something's going on. You don't know who that is? That's Jared Anderson. I heard Jared Anderson knock Tyson Fury out in sparring. If you haven't heard it from anybody else, I don't really kick that first shit. But I'm telling you, that's what I heard is the real reason for this COVID announcement. Is that Jared Anderson knocked Tyson Fury the fuck out. And a part of me want to applaud Jared Anderson. You know what I'm saying? A part of me want to applaud, but part of me don't, because I really want Deontay Wilder to get full credit for going in there in July 24th and getting his fucking title back. And then let's just say, he get his title back and they start bringing up what I just told you. It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter. Because, at the end of the day, if it was Deontay Wilder going in there getting stopped by somebody, they would say, that's his dumb ass fault. He should have never been in there with somebody he wasn't sure. Fuck that. Nah, fuck that, man. Tyson Fury beat his ass again. He beat his ass again. He beat his ass again. Wilder sucker. They beat him again. That's all they would have been saying, bro. They wouldn't have been coming here making up no soft excuses for Wilder. But I heard Jared Anderson knocked his ass out. I also heard that Jared Anderson is on that gorilla shit. That's what I heard. Allegedly, that's what I heard. Now, hold up now. I'm trying to find you some pics without getting too far. Where you at? Where are you at? Well, y'all want to look that up, tell me what you think. But that's what I heard, y'all. He needs time for it to get out his system. He needs to be tested right now. From what I'm hearing, they are going to test him for COVID and steroids. I talked with Tay today about that. It ain't just going over there and it's going to be a little brief grip and grin photo session. Hey, how everybody doing? Hope all is well. We just here to do the COVID test and then people leave. No, it's not going to happen like that. They're trying to go over there and test and see if anybody in his camp has COVID and also test for steroids too. Now, I'm not sure if they can legally do that this close to the fight. Just do a random pop-up, but why not? It's WBC. Don't they have the clean boxing program? Absolutely. You notice that we haven't heard shit about this clean testing program. Like, have we even heard VADA emphasizing how important it is for clean boxing? For this fight, this trilogy, I haven't heard shit. Drew, he on ped and he ain't scared, and he's scared to death. Man, test that dope fiend, man. Test him. I really want to know if that Jared Anderson shit is for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Those PEDs aren't doing anything for Fury's dilapidated, sloppy ass body. One thing when I look at Fury, I just look at his face and that's it. I know he built like a motherfucking stick of mashed potatoes. That's about it. Like the shit, how can you? I'm gonna contradict myself because I'm like, damn, how can you have love handles that's located on the rear side of your back that stand out just like if they was on the side? You know what I'm saying? Like something's wrong here. Like he just looked like a walking stick of mashed potatoes, man. For real. It just looks terrible. But this motherfucker gonna break open his jacket. Come on, look at me. Right now, I'm 280. I was like, nigga. Come on, Fury. Come on now. Opening, what's good? Say salute, WCS. Unscripted, sending prayers to you, bro. Hope you knocked the COVID out. Appreciate the unscripted. Appreciate you. Real talk. All of you who been giving support for this COVID, man, the shit ain't over. I just had to break up out the conundrum, the funk, and come in here and talk to y'all, man. It's been uplifting, but I ain't out the water. Real talk, I'm not out the water. I'm not even nowhere close to, the strength I want to be right now. I just been on a liquid diet. I've been on a liquid diet for 2 weeks, man. I'm not saying I ate shit. I can't taste nothing. I don't have an appetite for shit. But I appreciate all y'all support, though. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. has skills, but he ain't got nothing for Haney at lightweight. Gary Antoine at super light would be a problem for Haney. That's a fight that it would be good for the see, but we don't know when Haney planned on moving up to 40. I think the fight he really want now that they free agents, I think that's pretty much went out the window too. Teofimo was talking, but yet Bob Arum say, fuck it. We're going to try to set up a rematch between you and Lomachenko for that money I need. In the meanwhile, Devin Haney, what's another big name he can link up with? I don't think it's going to get pushed back just yet. I won't be able to tell you. But people, I got to bounce, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. That's as much as I can do today. I did 2 hours, but y'all take it easy. Thanks for pulling up. Y'all continue to support the channel. Hey, hit the like button on your way out. And once again, it's been a pleasure chopping it up with y'all, talking this boxing.